scared of. I came to you as your salvation. I don't invest in myself alone. I am investing in you. And truly, these innocent leaders sitting beside me, of course I will not go to them and tell them that, hey, I am a man in a mask and I want you to come to Ghana to support me to do this and this. And this man of this dignity and this woman with such power will say, yes, I'm going to follow you to come to Ghana to do your convention and all of that. No.
LORDSON TV Pro Max. Most from us, I remember now. Be America crane free be last year mo bano. One of my mountain so kumasinin crime mountain so obehu say ye de signboard be si won manipa no wash mask. E de akata nanim na ya tro a new force, new nation, new Ghana. E wo so ama ho be ye nsem bebre seda ene ade manfo si ye simasi we si ama ho nsem be ye deja e wo Ghana hanmo a na je say obi e penipa otaye chiri no ehunu na wei ena nei no nipa otaye chiri no ehun nsensem no nti ma bruni bi kura yesi free Germany se hinefa ba ya yesi onna ye PRO se den no ma mochi na nei no yekote se yesi ye deport na Africa na krama osako ne krum na wei no na de na ebo na nya ba bedru afi ye hunu nipa otaye sa signboard kese ya ni sisi krum a washa mask the new force no achi ama nipa no ebe shock nipa kora oye nipa di omani bu nipa no bebre but se na nya mu bia ama enei no nipa na ono na hye sa the new force na chi no eyi na nima pie na bra nanim ebipie no na ohwem panimfo kuku damo a ama panimfo ahodo a etai na chi a ano odin odofo en namba bibi ma chiro ba before then mami twa me ho emra
LORDSON TV Pro Max.
Era wasi bebre so wajibre na betwa me ho ade aba we no update ami bibi nsem so ade akere wo efa new force no ho but before the na kai we say one so ma cinema me de djubadi ebre no bi ni nyak stro ya kente wase se ope kente papa pa de akwadwabo nyina hodo wase de a wo ne betimi aboa wo yes around so no botan jika jiri man power wo bema waye mere wo mpamu a wonya bi ebeboa wo wasande fofora ba ye frere tafrikeke ye powder and one so de gu nsem no atafere wabo nsu agusuo ene ye be fro bema wabadwuma me ama mopiaw han o me so ma semam de dwumadi e de ebrewo na me kai we say eye da ebra ehya ase na ye be flag bearer ship we say mi tu franka ma we na be hu we signboard na egbokurum hona bo kokufu na ne de egbokurum hona bo yalankash na de egbokurum wan ye papa Kennedy Japan na de egbokurum ani ade anche ene ye namu ani kunu say signboard kase bi so ahya ase pim gokurum na no de epie ye no yanse da hu nipa kora nimiye ai wahye mask ena wode daade no so iti amanfo se na we amroba bi na eba we oye yi hwan na eba wo firi oye Japan ni oye Ghana ni na we kroba ye de yin we e movie bi ebi kura se movie ai we kura se movie bi o mba bi no Netflix ebi se movie o mba bi ni DSTV eni ade ene ho ntokwa bebre ebi se akwaba magic eni ade eni achinye o first street ni so amrante ne maba wan de eni achinye nkokorafo ne merwafo nyina gyenwa achinye na hwan ni we movie we de ye enye hwe we ena omo yesani enta muchuku ema chiri no oba bibe yi no ho anim se o ye PRO ema omo je no kwa mo che no ma dinin nsamo am ye kire se je se o mfiri Ghana nteni onko ni kurum we na budu ma ye da 7 January 2024 conference call so o nkran hanmo a ye nipa na o hye chiri no ebe da no ho dinin nsam ba komienu bi atudwa Jacob Seda ye bisa na hwan ni no afedie nanim apie yenko bisa hwan ya yenya yenua bema yebra ya de nyina nana kwame bedi akon ene hye akiri ono na yin nipa nanim no eda ho no no de max action nanim no ai the new force no the leader, the gang leader, the official man ono eno no na conference yase na odin sembebere tudwa kire di ntia wode sa kuwi eba na ona adwene se already enye obi position oba bepe nye na adwene se obepe parliamentary position bi ana se obepe presidential position ana obeji minister bi position de free nsem dabi enye no ntino nam onokuta agenda odinam obai se oman no ofiri asase no so enti obetimi add value etu asase no ama asase no ayeden atumpon wo hunu se Africa ene continent ya yaka se yaka achiri pa na so ye obibia bi ama yadane laughing stock e de ama western world for no but ye betimi ya aboroso eni ti no watena se ne wasua no be 21 years no chance so ye business abobra no na obo de hwe Africa ne Ghana said ye be ya obetimi aboa Africa ne Ghana into abase Ghana ne Africa no ba betum nkyene ama Ghana atimi afa ne ntuma pa afira ma abibima mu nso afọ mu ntuma pa afira enti we mu no na wo hwe yimpanifo ko piem ho no a ene ye friend say Nigeria president PM ho South Africa president PM ema Zimbabwe president nso PM na say ha krachi no wabo ho but ka kum ye gene kwakuo no ntime pese ye ko na ukutie nsem a na bedi akon e tu dwa e wo dwumadi na ase ne.
Thank you very much. In 21 years of my life, I have been serving a nation, working so hard just to become an example of what wealth looks like. And building wealth comes from knowledge, comes from wisdom, comes from understanding. You need to get this value from your own surroundings. I grew up partly in Ghana, partly in England, and I came back to Africa. 2001. Unlike Martin Luther, I did not have a dream. I had a vision. I started watching the youth and the streets and the roads, the rules and the regulations, the conditions and the constitutions that is stipulated and embedded on us as Africans. I had to walk on a different path, and I was alone. My investment on the roads became a landmark. And whatever I invested on this landmark is a footprint. I am here for a legacy. I am part of your historians. And I know many people want to see the true side of me. I know you know Nana Kwame Bediako, but I know you're still looking for freedom, Jacob Caesar. Yes, I am Rick Christian, and I'm here. I'm not here to take your value. I'm here to add value to you. I discovered that the land that we belong to had so much wealth that until we turn it into our own, our economy will never be sustainable. And we cannot forever live in our countries with a box economy. I needed to create a middle income economy without being a part of the government. Why so? Because I believe it's part of my responsibility. I took a different path. My movements, my foundation, my groups, and all of this have acquired some wealth. But the wealth that I reinvest back into society, it has become a part of my mission to make this change. I believe that I belong to Africa. I am a son of this soil, and I can add value to humanity. And I came here to do that. I came here to add value to this world and to nature. I am not going to live here without God even being proud of me. And when I'm not here also, I want you to remember that I came. And I want my absence to be felt. And for that reason, I know you're looking for the man. And the man in the mask is sitting in front of you. Hey! Of. I came to you as your salvation. I don't invest in myself alone. I am investing in you. And truly, these innocent leaders sitting beside me, of course I will not go to them and tell them that, hey, I am a man in a mask and I want you to come to Ghana to support me to do this and this. And this man of this dignity and this woman with such power will say, yes, I'm going to follow you to come to Ghana to do your convention and all of that. No. It is part of the movement. We need to educate. We need to uplift our children. We need to voice out to them. If you are about to find out about this man in the mask, because I never spoke a word, you were looking for me. I didn't tell you whether I am into politics, whether I am an evangelist, whether I am a conventionist or a revolutionist. After this day, you will have to wait for me to share my policies and my visions with you. And if I'm the reason why the country or the government is not happy about these great voices coming to educate not only Ghana, but also Africa, then I'll take this moment to sacrifice myself, to unveil myself, because I have much respect for these great leaders beside me. It would have taken my own time to tell you that I am. But for this very moment, I am sacrificing myself to let you know that I'm that man. But I'm that man with a good purpose, with a great vision. I have a plan and I have a vision for this nation. And not only this nation, I have it for Africa too. But I know Africa is the next biggest thing, because out of all the continents that have been developed in this world, there is only one continent that is not developed. And I am sent to do that. I am not interested in people's positions. I am not interested in presidential positions. I am interested in the regions and the humans. I am interested in the countries. I am interested in the continent. The resources here, the human resources here, the great opportunities to be able to prove a point to the world that this is what we can make out of ourselves as a black society. We have been doomed and disrespected, undervalued by everybody in the Western world. My pain is in my heart and I can't express it to you, so I let my actions speak for me. I want to thank you very much for this moment, and I want to thank its greatest leaders. Your voice would never leave us as Africans. And it's the beginning of a new Africa, a new nation, a new dawn, a new mindset. Everything is new. Thank you.
We have been miseducated. And so as and many others, we understand that we have failed right. And we do know that with our little wisdom and the energy and the intelligence of our youth, together we can take our Africa in a new direction. That is what we came here to do. And that is what New Africa Foundation has asked us to do. We do know that our leaders cannot lead us on their own. They need all of us. So the message that we were going to deliver to our youth today was the message of hope, the message of resilience, and the message that says the Africa we want can only be built by us for us. And for us to succeed at doing so, we must be united. That the African youth are Africa's future. Without them, there is no future for Africa. And as elders, we have a responsibility to share with them the truth and nothing. That is the message that we came here to deliver. That is what New Africa Foundation had requested us to do. We may not be at the convention center, but we intend to continue to preach the gospel of truth until we reach the promised land. I have no doubt in my mind that we will get there, because Africa, the Africans, the people I like to describe as the beautiful, intelligent. So the mothers and fathers of humanity, we will get to the promised land. Woo! And that's why we're here.
Thank you, Mama Africa, Dr. Arikana, for leading the way. The most objective, fearless, and decisive mother we have known in Africa. Before we get to Prof, I'd like to go to your right. Prof, right? Okay, let's have Prof respond to this. and then we can move to your right. Professor Pierre.
Thank you very much. My good sister, Dr. Arikana, has spoken for me, and I believe for all of us. We came here to Accra, Ghana, to share our message, the message of hope, the message that Africa needs at this time. And there is no better place in the continent of Africa to begin that message than Accra, Ghana. It is in this Accra, Ghana that the Osage for Kwame Nkrumah for 67 years ago spoke to the world and told the world that the independence of Ghana meant nothing if the continent of Africa was not free. 67 years later, we were congregating here in Accra, in the very same place where the founding fathers and mothers of Ghana congregated to share the message of hope. Invited as we were by the New Africa Foundation, with one single instruction that we have lamented for too long, agonized for too long, and the time is now to organize. That is the innocent message that we came here to deliver. And in a manner totally inexplicable to us, we are not at that venue. But is it not the wise to say, when the world serves you a lemon, ask not for an orange, make yourself lemonade? We are here therefore to say that the message will be alive and well. And you who are here, young and old, you are the conduit via which we are now telling the world that the journey of hope continues apace, not only within the continent of Africa, which is the mother continent, but to Africans in the diaspora. I have no doubt in my mind that there is a conspiracy of sorts by the elements that it should happen the way it has happened. So this is not an occasion for lamentation. It is an occasion for redoubling our efforts. And our presence here in Accra, Ghana, my good friend, Honorable Obi, my dear sister, Dr. Arikana Chihomri Kwao. This is the occasion for which the English word serendipity was created. It is a serendipitous occasion that heralds a great future for the continent of Africa. So that looking forward, a meeting such as this will happen not only here in Accra, Ghana, but I look forward to a meeting such as this taking place in Ouagadougou, in Burkina, taking place in Dakar, in Senegal, in Nairobi, in Kenya, in Johannesburg, in South Africa, Addis Ababa, Ethiopia, because this is about the continent of Africa. And we say this at a time when we know that Africa has promised to herself that we are going to make more intimate our interaction. This is why the Africa Continental Free Trade Area is headquartered here in Accra, Ghana. This Accra, Ghana is where all Africans of goodwill for Kwame Nkrumah.
that we will help with Accra.
Thank you.
With such clarity and courage, Professor Yellow understands both the context and the concept, and it's upon the heritage of people like this that the new Africa will definitely be born, no doubt. Before we go to the question, I want to ask one of the most feared man in Nigeria right now, if I would say, Mr. Peter.
After listening to Prof and Doctor, I don't know whether I still have anything to contribute to this. But your question, how is it for comment? Let me start by thanking the New Africa Foundation for their invitation and organizing this event. Like previous speakers have said, we might not be at the convention, but that will not stop the conversation. We only shifted venue, so the conversation continues. We're in Ghana to start the conversation about Africa. Africa for too long has suffered, and everybody knows the reason why Africa has suffered. People can try to present it in different ways. The Prof speaks about it every day. Africa has been going through what it's going through because of what I always say, it is due to one problem: leadership. It is failed leadership over the years that brought Africa where it is. I want to start a conversation because of what Dr. Khan has said, talking to the youth of Africa. No continent in the world today has the potential of Africa. Not one. We are the second largest in terms of population and size, but our potential is far greater than even number one, because today Africa is the only continent that has a population of 1.1 billion youths, energetic, talented, ready to lead the world in different areas of the world. Africa is home to the biggest, highest amount of natural resources, from minerals to, we have 65% today of the world uncultivated arable land. So imagine what we can do. We can feed the world, we can do everything. But ironically, because of what I started with, failed leadership over the years, Africa is also home to the highest number of poor people. Out of the 700 million people in extreme poverty, 431 million live in Africa. Over 30% of our population. If you go to multidimensional poverty, out of 1.1 billion, over 60% is in Africa, with Congo and Nigeria leading. Today, in the surface of the world, Congo has the highest amount of natural, call it minerals, over 24 trillion. Nigeria has similar situation. We can extrapolate Congo situation to all over Africa, where they have everything, but they are producing poverty.
Said the medical catcher on Kakumi and Kokum San will be soon you trudo and matwa. Inti Yenu Bema and your brother Yadina, and now Kwame be diacon. I or no, and a knee what to him to Ajiatum, a chere say, your wono, our Ghana ha, in Nika crowd Ghana ha, ɛna ɔkɔtoa abrabɔ no so kakra ɛwɔ Britain ɛkɔtoa so ɛwɔ kwasiburoni ɛman so kɔbɔ bra no bi wɔ hɔ no mu ani ade yɛka sɛ yɛdiedi a nana Kwame Bedi Akono kakra wɔ ne ho nkwan wɔ ne ho enti no na wei ɛna ɔde ato dwa a wakyere mu ebi aborɔfo no bi mu nti ase a mebɔ ne tɔfa wɔse yɛwɔ ne Ghana ɛna ɔkɔpia kwasiburoni kɔkɔɔ man so de kɔbɔ bra no bi wɔ hɔ no mu a na bɛɛ mfie bɛɛ duonu baako nie 21 years nie no a wɔbɔ bra no ɔmmɔmmɔ no nkoa ne ho ne mu ɔbɔ de ma Ghana ɔbɔ de ma ne man ɔde bɔ de ma abibirim hafoɔ sɛ ɔbɛboa ne man especially Ghana ɔbɛboa nipa ɛwɔ mbɛyi biribi ama na benefit ɔman no ama ɔman no mu timamufoɔ nso atumi anya ɛso mfasoɔ na ɔmo nso abrabɔ atu mpɔn ɛno na ɔhwɛ yɛ ahwie suane ma bebree afa ne ma bebree ɛde nneɛma ato fam no sɛ Africa Ghana yɛwɔ nneɛma but yɛ nneɛma a yɛwɔ no we don't make use of it ɛma aborɔfo no wɔ western world no ɛtumi bɛfa nneɛma na naasɛ ɛbɛfa yɛn na ɔmo de yɛn ayɛ ɔmo man yie na ɔmo ayɛ yie ɛtam na adeɛ baako a ɛyɛ ne ya ne kunu kora ne sɛ yɛwie no kora no abibirim ha no mo Africa man mu no yɛbɛdane asredeɛ ɛde ama aborɔfo no anaasɛ wɔn a wɔwɔ amanɔne no yɛbɛdane asredeɛ bi atwetwedeɛ bi de ato ɔmo anim akyɛ sɛ wɔka sɛ wofiri Africa na wɔka sɛ wɔyɛ Ghana nipa na adane atwetwe eyi wɔ no a nyansa ne nimdeɛ bi ahyɛ mo ma ɔmo ne sɛ yɛn nyinaa yɛ pɛ ɛne ade ne bi ɔmo de value kakra bɛma wo but ida than that ne deɛ wɔka sɛ wofiri Africa deɛ a ne bobo ne ne wadane atwetwedeɛ akyɛ sɛ aborɔfo no ɛmfa yɛ nyɛ hwee mo mfa yɛ bɔgɛ ɛnyɛ soan ɛno nti ɛna na Kwame Bedi Akono sɛ watena se ɛna wadwene hu no sɛ ɔno ofiri asase nim nti obetumi ade value etu asase no ofiri Ghana nti obetumi ade value wamba sɛ ɔba bɛsɛe Ghana na emu ɔba sɛ ɔde value ɛba bɛka Ghana ho abɛyɛ ade ɔno so da ho ɔden ne de nimdeɛ ne nyansa de obetumi de ayɛ no ɛde apagya Ghana ɛde asiesie Ghana na ɔsene deɛ ne deɛ ɔma position sɛ monto ama mɛyɛ minister monto ama mɛyɛ MP anaasɛ dabi sɛ mbɛyɛ president yɛ dabi na ɔno deɛ ne deɛ ne sɛ ɔbɛma ɔman na yɛ especially ɔbɛkɔ yɛnkuraseɛ ne yɛ regions ahodoɔ ne yɛntokrum ahodoɔ a ɔhu sɛ nneɛma pa bi bɛtumi afiri hɔ aba no ɔbɛnagyaese hɔ no mo abɛwurawura hɔ abɛinfluence nneɛma pa ama nneɛma pa bɛyɛ adwuma wɔ Ghana na owie a watrɛ ne ntaban mu ɛde Africa nyinaa ayɛ adwuma ama Africa asɔre afa ne ntoma fafiri ama mfie kakra da yɛnim no yɛka sɛ Africa bɛwo sɛ yes ɛyɛ continent papa ɛno na ɔmode baayɛ akyɛ sɛ nipa no bebree amampanifo bebree ba bɛboa yɛ ɛbɛsoma yɛ ma dwumadie no ɛtumi kɔɔ so pɛpɛpɛ ɛti wɔn a wɔpɛ hunu nipa a ɛyɛ the new force no wɔhyɛ akyiri wɔn koraa na ɛhyɛ akyiri na yɛde hyɛ Canada Japan na yɛde hyɛ announce na yɛde hyɛ wei ni ade no ɛne no na ɛba na nya bɛduru akyɛ sɛ ne no yɛnua bɛma na Kwame Bedi Akono ɛde camera sɛ si n'anim ayɛ press conference kɛseɛ akyerɛ sɛ me na Kwame Bedi Akono me ɛna me hyɛ akyiri ne brɔfo at the crowd of sɛ Ghana for deɛ ɛte sɛ ɔte brɔfo anagye te ba wie gu ama bɔso mfra na asare bɛma no deɛ pii ɛwɔ the new force na so yɛ ɛnam deɛ abɛbɛsom no kɔso na hwɛ LORDSON TV Pro Max subscribe like share ɛyɛ leave you comment deɛ ɛyɛ ne sɛ wopɛ sɛ ompɛ fa to hɔ no mo wowɔ story bi wopɛ sɛ wode ma yɛ me yɛ ho adwuma fa ɛto comment section hɔ ana fa number na da screen bi aso bi na ma yaso ente na yesu bedi ho dwuma munti na ye ho ebesom sɛ de ɔman bapa bi ya som ne man no so mfra na asare brema na mde dwuma de bremu aha enam do besi makraw
bravo medi ne na asare brema company force da chance nti na ye dokoto kodu a na ye jam sara na ho ne sunti na ye jam mowe company force ye pa be hunti so na ye kyerebo ade ti na me kasa wo yi ewiase a yɛwɔ yi yɛse awerɛkyekyerɛ ɛwɔ nipa ho na yɛkɔte adurumra ɛno ane ahahwan mekyerɛ sɛ nipa wowɔ hɔ no mu a ɛwɔ sɛ wonye baabi a wode wo ho ɛbɛhyɛ anaasɛ ɛku a wode wo ho bɛdɔm sɛdeɛ ɛbɛyɛ a berɛ mu ɔden mu abrɛ ho hihia aba mu no wobɛhunu sɛ wowɔ hɔ no a wone wo bɛkyɛ wasomsɛm anaasɛ ɔhaw bi a wɔkɔ mu Pese me kamfo ekuo mamaso bi ede ma wo. Ekuo din ede Royal Kingdom. Royal Kingdom yekuo apapa bai no edin ene Oheneba Prince. Oheneba Prince ene yekofa bai awde sa ekuo abai. Na opening kwankyerefo na as president awda ekuo ya no ede Mr. LORDSON. Na ekuo abase eba beboa Ghana for ene wiase afana nipa biara wo asase wi so no ebeboa wo. When you be a school, professor or university, but if your form stock one wire the amount. The quiz is what the company won't want the other. If I share say, the performs at the amount, at the apart mission to school, amount with new school. Sarah now baby every DHS, I saw questions. You see you free, but then you free Saturday. So when I'm out to and I don't want to be I don't know who queen one, the quiver say, Sunny man, I ever saw a senate, a pijao, and ma via this one in white hat at the amount. Sa so now the Emily G. A woman, Emma, woman, not a bonus. A woman said, so who queen say over warrior. Yana so company for Swati, and what beera, the buonia, the buobusiani, the bois back. The four a man be here our real Adibian. Most of the head so meets my head with the above. Sarah, when ye, and also we see me do a cheap. I will see me do a cheap. Now, wow, a ye always so. Son said, oh, did you survival can simply say, you also know, and you soon, not the all serious so, and not answer. It's your fat to almost say, who be a rat over doing yourself cool. In a how back home, near persuasion, at the amano. We can't fool with the amount say, but we're doing it cool, see. Said the way a problem now, a doubt so, a mother notify. Will soon, and a nipper, when you beat it. At the tea room, who quite on for our real puzzle. Brabana Monu who do with the tree. And for the fool, Quima, or Metnas, a council. The 2 and more before Melody. Mr. For numbers in the good screen is so bad. Not afraid. If I catch up on the phone, say, Open set Obekan, a year Royal Kingdom, be cool. Are you free? And one is our friend, no register, now you do account. Royal Kingdom, at this year. Royal Kingdom, may how any my money at all.
LORDSON TV Pro Max.